Submitted for the approval of Hallow Scream. I call this story The Maniac Mouse. It had just been the last week of exams and studying, and the beginning of summertime, and I was itching to celebrate with a friend. So after school, me and my best friend Nikki decided to go to Disneyland Paris to celebrate. We had been to Disneyland multiple times in the past, but this time was going to be the most magical because it was the beginning of summertime and we knew we'd enjoy it to the fullest. My mom dropped us off there and told us to give us a bell when we wanted to go home. We entered the theme park. Dancing lights and bright smiles surrounded us. I couldn't help but marvel at the magnificence. We laid our eyes on the dog, whose body carried jolly children along steel bars. We wanted to go on Slinky Dog's dash, swing my hands in the air, and shout, "Best day ever!" Nick sat next to me and was cheering just as much as me. But as me and Nick left the platform, I had a feeling that we were being watched by someone. I looked over my shoulder and saw Mickey Mouse standing right in front of a candy store. We couldn't believe our eyes. I had seen Mickey Mouse before in the park, but seeing him looking at us gave me an unnerving feeling. Normally, Mickey Mouse was standing next to children or interacting with them, like all the other mascots, but today he wasn't. He was staring directly at us. While others danced and sang and talked and interacted with guests, he was staring at us, completely like he was entranced by us, or there was something about us that he couldn't take his mind off of. To avoid the unnerving feeling, I decided to look away. In the hours that passed, we were captivated by other attractions such as Triceratops Spin, Barnstormer, Astro Orbiter, Space Mountain, Tomorrow's Spaceway, Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin, and much, much more. Eventually, I forgot about Mickey Mouse entirely, because I was having too much of a blast with Nick. And then Nick dropped by the food court, and when Nick came back to ask me what I want, he said, "My mom told me we have an hour left before I have to head home, so pull yourself together and let's ride some more, you wimp," he said with a sullen look. Nick Nick was my best friend because of our love for games and amusement parks and mascots. However, sometimes I'd be offended by his tone and treatment. I guess you could say he was kind of a bully to a degree. So I tried to speak my mind. "Hey, that wasn't very nice." He gazed at me and said, "Yeah, yeah, whatever. Stop acting like you're in kindergarten and man up a little, okay? Come on. I think we can still go on two more rides." When he came back with the food, we ate it all up, and then he took a sip of his drink before he had to excuse himself to go to the bathroom. So I sat there at the phone card, messing with, playing music, tapping my hands on the table, making a beat. But more and more, as I kept doing it, I kept feeling that familiar feeling of being watched, and I couldn't see if anyone was watching because I was looking down at the table. I heard the piercing sound of a metal chair being pulled up to me. Finally, it took so long. I stopped midway, realizing it wasn't Sam but Mickey Mouse standing right in front of me, just staring at me, his eyes an endless void of darkness. "Mickey, what are you doing here?" I asked. A couple minutes passed and he remained silent. It made me uncomfortable, so I said, "Well, Mickey, thanks for joining me, but come with me, Mike. I'll join you somewhere fun." I gasped and stepped away and started to head towards the bathroom to try and catch up to Nick. I bumped into him and he said, "Hey, what's wrong with you? Why are you so fidgety?" All of a sudden, he asked, concerned and annoyed at the same time. "Nick, there was a Mickey Mouse mascot earlier. At first he was just gazing at us from afar, but now he asked me to come with him somewhere. Something's not right, dude." He looked at me, puzzled. Yeah, something's definitely wrong with you today. It's frickin' Mickey Mouse, dude. Everyone likes him. I I don't know. Let's just go for another ride, Nick. As we exit the platform, someone yanked me aside. When I turned around, it was him. Mickey. His grip was firm, and this time he said, "Take me with you, Mike. Is that your friend over there? Trust me, Nick. Trust me, Mike. He's a rotten egg." I backed away, but instead of scurrying, I asked him, "How do you know my name?" The joyful yet sinister tone of the mouse creeped me out more than anything about him, his gaping smile or his blank, voidless eyes. He said, "That doesn't matter, Mikey. What matters is that your friend's trying to get rid of you for good. You won't let that happen, will you?" "It's not true. Stay away from me." I ran up to Nick, and honestly, I felt like something was wrong with me. Why was this mouse after me? Why did he want. Why was he saying all that stuff about Nick? It freaked me out a bit. I felt the urge to leave, but then Nick said, "Come on, man, let's go on one more ride." That's when I pitched the idea of taking him to another amusement park that I searched on Google Maps. It took a bit of convincing, but he broke and followed me. We went to a park called Icon, and as soon as he saw all the amazing amusement park rides, mascots, and carnival games, he immediately forgot all about it and was fully on board. We went on the first attraction that caught our eyes, the drop tower. I knew we'd have some of the best amuse from up there, but when we were lining up, I heard a voice behind me saying, "Oh, he's gonna get rid of you if you don't get to him first, Mikey." I saw Mickey hovering over me, and I said, "Leave me alone or I'll call the cops." Nick Nick punched me in the arm infuriated and said, "What the heck is wrong with you? Next time I'm coming back here with Ryan and Chuck, and you're not invited. Got that, Mike?" That's when the man on the speaker told us to get inside the ride. So we got inside the drop tower and prepared to ascend above. I was strapped between both Nick and Mickey. The, the, rise, the ride rose to its peak, and Mickey said, "He's a bad kid, Tommy. He's a bad kid, Mikey. Do it." "No, I can't." "Do it, Mike. Now." In a split second, I started messing with Nick's seat and started unbuckling. All the while, he started screaming frantically upon seeing this and said, "Ah, what the heck is wrong with you? What are you doing?" I grabbed Nick by his neck and threw him off the ride. I watched him land and hit the pavement with a blaze splat. Nick was gone. He screamed like he never had before, and immediately everyone was horrified and screamed. Eventually, the attendants took him away to a hospital. All the while, I looked above it, with Mickey Mouse next to me. That's when Mickey Mouse said, "See, Mikey? That's how you man up." When I looked next to me, Mickey Mouse was gone. As I watched the commotion before my eyes, my lips curled up into a smile. Eventually, a few years later, I got a job at Disneyland as Mickey Mouse.